Good evening, y'all. Listen, I am so excited on tonight. I have a wonderful person by the name of Crystal Wilder on the podcast tonight. And so, listen, I'm just going to run it down for y'all. I thank y'all for showing up. This is Faith Life Flow YouTube channel. I know some of y'all are streaming live on Facebook. Y'all know who I am. Info is April. Listen, subscribe, like, share this video, y'all. Y'all do not want to miss what is gonna go down. Okay. So listen, I got Crystal Wilder, an Amazon number one bestseller, y'all, co-author for the book Unfinished Business. I Am the Secret Sauce. Is dedicated, right, to crafting literature that empowers individuals to lead fulfilling lives according to their desires. With a bachelor of social work, a master's in counseling, and as a licensed clinical addiction specialist, Crystal has dedicated her career to helping individuals and communities overcome adversity and realize their aspirations. Crystal's philosophy revolves around the belief that everyone possesses the potential for greatness, and she tirelessly endeavors to create avenues for others to achieve success. Her unwavering dedication to empowerment and inclusivity, y'all, is a beacon of inspiration and a dynamic force for positive change in the world. But today, y'all, we gonna be talking about her book, Unveiling You. Do y'all have her book? Put it in the chat if y'all have her book, y'all, because I have her book. I have her book. So put it in the chat if you've ordered her book. If you've got her book, we're gonna put the QR code up. We're gonna put the link in the chat for y'all to purchase the book. But the book is called Unveiling You, a journey to self-love. Okay, it's truly an opportunity for us to become empowered, to truly learn how to be more intentional about prioritizing and loving ourselves, y'all. This book contains a word prompt with a definition, an introspective statement, an affirmation, and a point to ponder. Unveiling You, a journey to self love, allows you to work at a self pace while you're increasing self awareness and implementing what you're learning. We have proven, and in some way or another, that we can love others, yet somehow struggle to love ourselves, right? Consistently, the way we need, want, and desire. I believe, and this is her book, y'all. I believe that as much as we love others, it is extremely important to teach others how to love us through example. So, listen, no more delay. I'm about to bring Crystal on. So listen, y'all, put some emojis in the chat if y'all ready. Are y'all ready? Listen, I'm looking at the chat. Y'all see good evening, y'all. So listen, Crystal Wilder, y'all. Hey girl, how you doing?
Wow. April. Wow. I'm honored. I'm super honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much. That was an amazing, phenomenal introduction. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Listen, how are you tonight, especially on this day of love, right? Because that's what, the world says it is. This is the day of love. So, how has your day of love been?
Today has been amazing. I mean, so many tears of joy. I see my sorors up here. I see my family. I see my friends. I see people that names I haven't seen before, but really I am extremely grateful and I'm very thankful. I'm so excited to share this new project with the world. It's personal, but it's something that was so good I could not keep that to myself.
All right, listen. Well, I told you. I already told them I got the book, y'all. Look, I know y'all can't see it because of my background, but we gonna listen. We gonna do better. Oh, there we go. There we go. There she is. There she is, y'all. Listen, I didn't look that something. Look, I didn't thumb through it already because I got it yesterday. So I was just so excited, and I just cannot wait because I'm gonna ask you a couple questions from the book. I'm gonna be like, okay, what this mean? What this mean, y'all? What this mean? Y'all got to get this book because when I tell you, I thumbed. I said, oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. You're making me look at me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That is what this book is supposed to do. That's what it's gonna do. There's no way that, even though it's personal, there's no way that not one person who gets this book and read it will not see themselves in it.
That is amazing. So listen, I'm gonna stop talking for just a brief moment because I want you to tell everybody who you are.
Okay, well, most importantly, I am Crystal Wilder. I am so thankful and grateful to be just who I am. I am unapologetically imperfectly perfect. I genuinely love, and I genuinely want to see everybody do well. I'm just learning how to include me in that even more. And so I embrace that today with complete open arms. Crystal Wilder is a person that loves to empower. And I see the benefit in being able to make sure that, and as much as I empower everybody else, that I do not leave myself behind. So, who is Crystal? Um, I'm uniquely, wonderfully made to be exactly who I am, and I'm just loving on her so much.
I love that. Listen, I'm loving on her, and that's about that. Listen, I'm excited. I got a gang of questions, y'all. So if y'all have questions for her tonight, the chat is open. Okay. I did just post the link in the chat, but no worries if it's not there after the video airs. I will go back and make sure all the links are there. But on the screen, you can see her information where you can, get in touch with her, where you can follow her on social media. So this is IG, right? I am Crystal Wilder, right? And then, of course, her website, www.iamcrystalwilder.com. So listen, we're gonna have a beautiful night tonight, y'all. So if I keep looking over to the left, it's because I got my questions on there, right? All right. I'm trying to be a good interviewer. Okay, so let's dive right in, Crystal. Let's dive right
Okay.
in. Your origin of inspiration. So, what personal experiences or observations inspired you to write Unveiling a Journey to Self-Love?
Okay. So it's funny how when you have your own plan and you work it, but God has another plan. So I decided to step into entrepreneurship. And in doing so, I stumbled across Coach Latasha Brooks. Never met her before. And I decided to take one of her classes. And anybody who knows me, I do ask questions. And it was so good. That class was so good. I asked the last question, and she kind of looked and she answered my question. And I was like, okay. And it was really good. And then she stopped and she looked again and she said, you know what? She said, I want to do something for you. She said, I want to pay for you to meet with Coach Abby Wilroth. She's a counselor and she actually counsels entrepreneurs. And she said, I'm going to pay for a session for you. I said, okay. So I went to the session. Abby is, and I'm a clinician myself, phenomenal. And we got to a point where we had an assignment and I did it. And it was an introspective assignment and I did it. I put work in. And we processed it the next session. And when we processed it, she said, okay, that's really good. And then I said, okay, well, what's my assignment for my next session? She said the same assignment. And I was like, okay, she being clever. Because I'm thinking from my clinical hat, okay, she being clever. So I did it. And lo and behold, I got more from the assignment the second time I did it. And I said, okay, this time it's going to be right. So, I mean, I put a whole presentation together. Y'all, I got issues, judge free zone. Put a whole presentation together doing my homework assignment. Sent it to her, popped my collar. It was good. right? I'm really in myself. And we did the session and she was like, Crystal, this is what I'm talking about. This is so good. And then I'm like, okay, whew, what's my assignment for the next session? And she said, oh, it's the same assignment. I wasn't gonna be mean or nasty, but I was enraged. I was like, now I would never do this to a client. And I got off with her and I'm processing, I'm looking back. What didn't I catch? What didn't I do? And it hit me just like that. And when it did, I bust out in tears. I realized from that assignment, and as accomplished as I am, I mean, I have a master's degree. Oh my goodness, I have overcome so many things, six-figure earner, like all these things. And fundamentally, I realized that in as much as I did all of that, a lot of the things I ended up in was because of the way that I esteemed and loved myself. So I actually ended up on a self love journey, not because I was in pursuit of it, but it was the awareness that I really wasn't loving myself the way that I was supposed to. And then in me doing this journey, y'all, when I tell you it wasn't pretty, it was not pretty, and it has not been pretty. But what I learned along the way is it's so much I needed to share with other people what I discovered about what a real self love journey looks like. Because you hear about it online, but when you live it, it hits different. And I wanted to share it. So that is the inspiration behind how something personal became something that I wanted to share with the world.
Wow. Listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all have y'all like your I don't even know my words. I can't even get my words like the bombs, the you already dropping bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. No, that's amazing though. But what I loved about that is you you turned inward and you were like, wait a minute. You know, it's like when we're repeating the same test, we're taking the same test over and over again. That's just like God, isn't it? He's like, you know what? Oh, my poor baby, I can't move her on just yet because she ain't getting the lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and from that, I have a saying. I got my T-shirts. If you go on, I am Crystal Wilder. You'll see it. Evolve or repeat. Evolution starts within.
Ooh, evolve. Come on, somebody put that in the chat. Evolve or repeat. That's a shirt. You said it's a shirt.
Yeah, I
I'm
got it's a shirt. It's a shirt. I
gonna
got
get
them on the. But
that.
that's what I learned.
Yes.
Evolve or repeat. You're either going
Ooh.
to evolve or you're going to keep repeating, regardless to what it is. You're going to keep repeating that cycle.
Yes. Ooh, I'm loving it. Okay, listen, we're gonna move on because we could stay right there the whole time. Okay. So in your book, how do you define self-love? And why do you believe it's vital today?
Okay, so that's a beautiful question. And how I define self love is I choose not to. That is something that's unique and it is personal and it is individualistic. Who I am, who God called me to be, who God said I am, I'm not you. And the way that I need to love on me may not be the way you need to love on you. So I dare not give a definition to how you decide to define what loving yourself looks like. Yeah, I don't define it. You do.
Wow. I need a bell, y'all. I need a bell. I need a bomb or something because I'm loving this hand clap, all the things. I love that. You know what? And that's the problem. That's the reason why we don't love ourselves because we're too busy trying to fit in a box. We're too busy trying to fit into what somebody else wants us to fit into or what we think somebody else, how they look at us, how they view us, their perception of us. We're trying to fit into that.
Well,
You
you gotta consider though, April, that's necessary. Not in a good way, but it is because if I can tell you how to love yourself, then the purpose that I have for you, not the purpose God has for you, but the
Mhm.
purpose I have for you can be fulfilled. So that's
Ooh.
another reason why no one should define what self love looks like for you, because your motive for my self love or my love and my motive for my self love will never be the same.
Amen. Listen, we need a collection plate because this is so good. This is so good. No, but I love that. And that's why our identity really needs to be rooted in Christ.
Yeah.
Because if your identity is rooted in Christ, well, then you don't have to worry about what somebody else says about you because you know what he says about you. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was David that said that I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. And my soul knows right well, right? Which means he knows,
That's
it's God who created me. Listen, this is my interview. So let me move on. Because I can go on. All right. So the next question I have is, now there are a lot of self-love books out there.
Mhm.
What makes your, book different or unique?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I know to be true, it's not what I think, it's not what I believe, because the book that you'll read is not just something I went through, it's something I'm still living through. A journey is never over.
Come on.
Never. Me self-loving myself, there's no end point to that until I take my last breath. For real last breath. I'm always on this journey. So what I know is different about my book is I chose not to make it a journal. I chose not to even add journal pages because it is a journal and this is a lifelong, actually it's a lifestyle change.
Mhm.
It's a lifestyle change. It's self-paced. It's something that you take it in as fast or as slow as you need to. And what's unique about it is it's not just for the person that is down and out, because they're not the only people that need to love themselves. This book catches you wherever you are and you can revisit. So it's not like, okay, well, I did this, now I move forward. No, I'm learning this, I understand this, I'm learning how to apply it into my life, and I'm actually learning how to set boundaries or parameters, whatever word you want to use, to make sure that this is something that I incorporate for the rest of my life. And so this book, I think, is no, you don't have to finish it. You don't have to finish it in 30 days. You don't have to finish it in 10. If you read the whole book in one day, okay, keep reading it, keep going back. I promise you, you're going to need this book again. And it's just something that you just keep reading and reading. And
Yeah.
and you just keep eating on it. And it's just like I equate it, it's actually just like the Bible to me. Every time I go back and I look at a word, it
Mhm.
speaks to me different because I understand that life keeps lifing. And that's one of the things about this book too, is it's something that forever grows. And as you grow, what it means to you, it will change. And it'll help build and continue to build and it be something that you can sustain. I think that's what makes it different.
Nice. See, listen, like I told y'all, yeah, I got the book. Okay, I got it. All right. Now the QR code is on the screen, and somebody, actually, a couple people have already scanned the QR code, y'all. So listen, y'all got to get this book. And I'm not just saying this because I know Crystal. I'm saying it because this is a really good book. Like I said, I scanned it. And I was just like, there was one, page that I was like, I gotta ask her about this on the thing. Let me see if I can find it. You said, and these are your statements. So page 54, y'all. So when y'all get the book, go to page 54. All right. So it says finding your rhythm instead of balance. And these are Crystal's words. Releasing the notion that everything must be equally distributed by realizing everything you do doesn't require the same amount of energy or effort simultaneously. Find your rhythm by intentionally placing energy and effort when and where necessary. End quote. Crystal Wilder. I love that. So you also have affirmations in here, right?
Yes.
Which is, for those that may not know what affirmations are conversations that you have with yourself. right? It's basically what you're saying about yourself, what you're, what you're putting out there in the atmosphere. Everybody, or most people on this call, I'm pretty sure, know that words frame your world. So whatever you're saying to yourself, and about your situation, that's what's showing up in your life. And so affirmations are so important. And actually, that's how Crystal and I met. We met in a business affirmation room, and it's just, I don't know. I love it, but I love it because I see the transformation that, the words have that people are speaking. And it's not just about the words, guys. It's not just about the words. You have to put action behind those words, right? There's a scripture that says faith without works is dead. You have to put something behind the words, right? It's not just the words. But I love that you have affirmations in this book. Did you want to speak to that at all? Um,
Whew, I love that. I love music, but yeah, I think not I think. I know for me, I have stretched myself thin, felt guilty about not being in certain places at certain times, setting unrealistic expectations on myself, trying to maintain a balance. And in all honesty, everything, I didn't have to do everything at the same time. All that did was deplete me. I'm tired. I'm showing up, but I'm not really present. I'm there, but I'm not.
yeah.
And so finding your rhythm, a lot of it is, y'all, we got to take the pressure that everybody else puts on us. And sometimes we do. And that, gotta say it, the main reason why the main reason why finding your rhythm as opposed to your balance is more important is because really and truth we are the pilot, and it's us who says yes I can do, yes I will. We are the ones that create an unrealistic expectation for ourselves. So if you learn how to give yourself grace, learn how to put value on the things that are requesting, because just because you request something doesn't mean it have to be fulfilled, but you can assess based on the things that's requesting your time, energy, and effort, what's most important. What do you really need to do? What matters to you? And the sooner that you can learn how to navigate through that, it looks like this, and before you know it, you flowing. That's a rhythm. That's not balance. Things that are balanced, it got to be even keel like this. Nah, we going through life like this now. We finding our rhythm. We're finding what means something to us, and we're finding it in a way that is something we can sustain. That allows us to feel more fulfilled. That allows us to feel more like us, be our true, authentic self, and be able to really show up and really be present for the things that matter to us in those moments.
Man, listen, I'm over here just like, okay. Listen, Crystal, I don't know if you've ever seen how animated I am. I'm the most animated person you'll probably ever meet, but
I love it.
but I'm loving this. I'm loving this conversation. Listen, the chat is on fire. We have people in the chat. I'm putting the chat up that says, thank you for a much needed message. We have people that are just, saying just how awesome this is, and that they're learning something, they're learning things. And so I'm going to keep the chat up for a while, y'all. So y'all just keep going, man. If y'all have questions, please feel free to put those questions in the chat. We got some fire emojis. Come on, because this is fire all day, all day. All right, so I got another question for you. So what are some common challenges people face in their journey to self-love?
Boundaries.
Ooh.
And what I learned is it's not even boundaries necessarily with other people. It's boundaries within ourselves. Um, because we are the ones that allow, we permit, we give, we do. And so, with this book, as you navigate through it, um, what you learn is how to create healthy boundaries for your own self, for your own good. Because Again, it's a lifestyle change. This isn't something you just do. Okay, I finished 30 days, I'm done. No, 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 no. This is for the rest of your life. This is a journey. This is a journey. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old, and my level of awareness of this, I mean, gosh, there's a lot of things I got to unlearn. So many things I got to unlearn. There's so many boundaries I need for myself. So even before I start doing all of this with everybody else, it begins and ends with me. And so my boundaries. That's what I'm focusing on, my boundaries. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges. We talk about boundaries with other people and we make our circle small, but I don't care how small your circle is, you're still going to be in your circle. Start making boundaries for yourself, within yourself, to save yourself so you can really love yourself. It's a
Yes. I love that. You said that you will be in your circle like out of everybody. People could come and go, but you're the one that's still in your circle.
yeah.
It starts with you. Someone else in the chat earlier said they have a problem saying no, right? But what I have found, especially the older I've gotten, is no is a complete sentence. I don't need to explain my no to you. I don't have to give, you know what I'm saying, you any type of excuses. Cause my grandmother used to say an excuse ain't nothing but a lie. So I ain't got to lie to you. I'm just gonna say no and keep it
I like that.
moving.
And you know what? But check it out though. Guess who it's a lie to? Yourself. Boundaries.
Oh my gosh, you are so right. Because what happens is, let's say you do say no to somebody, but then you give all these extra excuses, right? What happens when they ask you again or they press you just a little bit? You wind up folding and
Well,
saying, you know what? I'll go ahead and do it. But you just lied to yourself because you within yourself said, "No, I'm not going to do this." But you didn't keep your own word. So that's part of self-love, keeping the promises that you make to yourself.
and you know what else though? Giving yourself grace.
Yes.
And the reason why you have to give yourself grace is because as you go along this self-love journey, you didn't know what you didn't know. And I really want to believe that in every moment that we're in, we do the absolute best that we know how.
Mhm.
And so when you know better, you do better, but don't beat yourself up on this journey when you realize that you've been saying yes when you should have been saying no. Okay, well, okay, keep working on you and give yourself grace. It's okay. You got this. You can do it.
Yeah, you got this. And they going to be all right.
No, not they. More importantly,
I'm going to
yeah,
be all right. That's
yeah,
it. I'm going to be all right.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So you know what? I put this cover up a couple times, and I'm sorry, y'all, because I got my little filter on and stuff. But as you can see, though, and for those of y'all that's already gone on the interwebs, aka Amazon, to go get this book, you can see this whole cover. But I want to focus on this butterfly, this worm turning into a butterfly. I want to know what this means.
Okay. Well, y'all, like I said, this book is personal. Um, and it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot. I've lived a lot. I'm still living a lot. My sister equated watching me through this process. She saw my pregnancy, she saw the labor, and now she's able to witness the delivery. Y'all, um, this wasn't easy, but I equate this project just like a caterpillar. When it goes into a cocoon and it comes out, it is beautiful and it is never the same again. And it soars high. A caterpillar
Yes.
crawls, a butterfly flies. And what I pray, not only for myself, but for anybody that touches and read this book, that your life is never the same in the absolute most positive way possible.
Wow. Nice. Nice. I love that. I love that. And we all know the metaphor, right, between the worm and the, how I think it's a meme out there that where it's the butterfly, and I want to say it's another insect, right? And they're sitting at a table having tea or coffee or something, and the other insect looks at the butterfly and says, "You've changed." And the butterfly was like, "Yeah, we're not supposed to say the same, right?" So I know y'all have seen that meme, the one I'm talking. I'm butchering it. Okay, I'm butchering it, but that's the gist of it. We're supposed to change. We're supposed to evolve. We're not supposed to stay the same. Listen, moment by moment, I'm not the same person I was like 2 seconds ago. You know what I mean? And that's real. That's real, right? And so should our lives be. Don't be laughing at me, y'all. Y'all laughing at me. It's all good. So most people are still buying the or clicking the QR codes. That's good. I'm loving it. All right, so I got another question for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see. Oh, listen, did I ask all the questions? I know I didn't ask all the questions. Listen, we didn't flew through this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Can you share a piece of practical advice from your book for someone struggling with self-love?
Yeah. And I said it, I spoke to it a little bit earlier, but a person that's struggling with self love, again, give yourself grace. Um, when you talk about, social media, people, and keep in mind, some of it is marketing where somebody says, "Oh my gosh, this book is fire," and I'm having all of, they have all kind of revelations in day 3. Okay, fine. If that's you, cool. In the book, hey, if they like it, we love it, right? However, um, I know that wasn't my process, and everybody's can be different. But the truth is, give yourself grace. However long it took for you to actually become aware, because again, I could pop my collar. I mean, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm resourceful, I
Oh.
love people. Like I give, I do so many things, right?
Mhm.
Mm. And even in that, I realized that there was something that was lacking in me that it's not even obvious. So
Mhm.
some people who get this book may think they know where they are and not realize really where they are. So give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and actually be open enough. And that's why I love it too. It's so personal. Is because what it says to me and what it'll say to you is so different. Be open,
Yeah.
not for me, nobody will see it, but with yourself so that you can be aware. You cannot change anything that you're not aware of, in my opinion. So I say be open to becoming aware so that you can know how to shift and pivot towards really being able to love yourself the way that you deserve,
Mhm.
but also give yourself grace and realize this: self love, to me, in my opinion, is a relationship. Aside from the relationship with God, it really is the most important relationship for you to have. You cannot, you cannot give what you don't have. And when you do, it comes with a defect.
Mm.
There's a defect. There's a defect. Even with our kids, I have in love taught my kids things that now I wish I could take back, but I'm giving myself grace. I'm okay with it. I'm honest about it. I take accountability for it as it relates to my children. However, awareness and giving yourself grace as you learn how to have a relationship with yourself.
Mhm.
That's the biggest tool. Give yourself grace and be open to awareness.
Wow. Wow. No, that's amazing. Give yourself grace. We are our own worst critics, and we beat up on ourselves far more than anybody else could, and far worse than anyone else could. And that's what I love about this book, because like I said, y'all, I got my book. And just reading through, some of the things that I've read through, I'm just like, wow, like this really just kind of walks you through how to get that back. And one of the other things that I love about this book, though, is you have words in here, and then you define them by, either Webster's dictionary or Cambridge's dictionary, right? So you actually put like what it actually means by today's standards, right? So that you're giving the reader something to go by.
Right. Because yeah, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, this your interview.
Because I just think so I mean it's important to know what it is. Like to know what it is. What do because we always want to define, but that helps us make sense of what it is that we are experiencing. And in this reference with the book, you're going to experience these words, so you might as well get acquainted with it, know what it means, have some frame of reference. You may add to that definition, and you should, but this is at least something to help you um, kind of have a frame of reference for where we're going to go with it. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. And so since I have the book, y'all, I got my copy.
Okay.
My copy. I am going to, let's see here. I'm gonna just pick a word. And this one says my voice. And this one actually isn't a dictionary definition. This is Crystal Wilder's definition of my. So this is on page 33. So when y'all get the book, when they get the book, my voice, the act of communicating in a manner that conveys what you think, how you feel, your truth, or simply saying freely whatever you choose with or without the influence of anyone else. Quote unquote, Crystal Wilder. Now, I'm reading this particular page for the first time. So you guys are hearing it just like I'm hearing it, and that last little bit stings. Without the influence of anyone else. Now, that's our whole culture, influencer culture. My words are not my words. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts are not my thoughts. People are constantly telling us what to think, how to feel, what to read, what to do, even what to buy. I go to the store, right? And there's all these ads or all these displays or whatever. And it's like, oh, buy this. The mannequin is right in front of you. Buy this. Don't look at this over here. Buy this one. And they have it all nice and it's dressed up, right? And then you look at it, you're like, ooh, I don't think I have a sense of style. So I like that. And I'm gonna buy every single thing from that mannequin or that's on that mannequin because I can't think for myself. When it comes to love and relationships, and especially one of the most important relationships with ourselves, how important is it for the person to find their voice?
April, girl. Y'all, I promise I had no idea what April would pull out of this book. Y'all, I did not just write this book. I'm living this book. Your voice is, in a lot of ways, just as critical as your heartbeat.
Wow, that's nice. That's good.
um, and for me, I actually almost got to a place where I was afraid to even speak
Mm,
because whew, I allowed external influence. And the beautiful part about it is um, I am love. I am love. And this voice, God gave it to me. And when I speak, It's the things that God put in my heart, not just for me, but for other people. God gave me the ability to see things in people that they can't see, and I was afraid to speak. So, y'all, if you enjoy the sound of my voice, if you love the words that I'm saying, think about if I had allowed my voice to be stifled. I actually almost forgot, and I gotta say this, I always give honor and credit where it's due. I was going to an event, and I really didn't feel a lot of power in my voice anymore. And my son-in-law, he said, Miss Crystal, you don't have to get a product to take to this business event. He said, your voice. He said, Miss Crystal, your voice. That's it, your voice. And it's my voice. I use it every day. And he saw the power in it that I was starting to forget. And y'all, finishing this project, like I said, my sister and some other people that's on this call, they saw the labor and they saw the delivery. And y'all, it was not pretty. But when I heard my voice, actually, for real, this is just me being so honest. When I tell you this project is so personal, I've been hearing my voice, but y'all, I really heard my voice last week. And I was speaking to somebody and I heard it. It was familiar. It was a voice I started to forget. Y'all, when I heard my voice, my eyes filled with water. My voice is powerful. Y'all need to hear it. So many other people need to hear it. Your voice is powerful. Your voice is powerful. How dare anybody dictate, control, or ration out your voice? It's unique. It's special. There's something from here and here that God gave you that you got to say. I can't say it for you. You got to say it. Learning to love yourself and being able to say no, you're not going to stop me. No, I got to say this. No, reminding yourself, no, my voice is powerful. Y'all, when I tell you I'm loving myself and I'm loving this voice, and when I tell you this thing ain't going nowhere, no, this voice, God gave it to me, and ain't nobody gonna ever make me feel like I can't speak the thoughts that's on my mind, that's in my heart, or even the things that God allows me to see in others. There is no way. No way. I'm loving myself. And I'm using this voice. And I encourage every last one of y'all that hear this, y'all do the same thing. Unapologetically and with a smile.
Come on, unapologetically and with a smile. Listen, as you were talking, because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna shut me down, okay? I'm diplomatic, y'all. Don't do me. I'm diplomatic, but but I really feel like there are people, and I don't feel like I know there are people out there waiting to hear your voice. There are people that God has placed on this earth that are in tune to your voice. You know what I mean? Their ear is inclined to you. And if you never speak, then those people don't hear you. And listen, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Listen, what we do, what we say, what we don't do, what we don't say, somebody is relying on that. You have other people's lives in the balance when you don't speak.
Yes.
Your own destiny is in the balance when you don't speak. Listen, death
Yes.
and life are in the power of the tongue. And those that love it will eat the fruit thereof. Meaning, whatever fruit is going to come from that comes from whatever you're speaking. You have to mind your words because words create.
And you know what, April? Y'all, didn't I tell you that this book is it's a living thing? I just got something. When you won't use your voice, that leaves you defenseless and powerless, because what
Woo,
is the thing that you use against the enemy? Words. You
word.
got to use your voice.
Come
If
on.
you won't speak, you can't even fight. Oh, I didn't catch that until right now.
Come on.
Thank you, April. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking to y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
Woo.
listen, no, that is the truth. And that
Yeah.
is why, the enemy holds a lot, some of us over a barrel. It's because we will not open our mouth. Our victory is in our praise. And
Mm.
praise, you better praise God. Come on, in your trials. Don't wait until you get out. You better praise him through that thing. David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Best believe homeboy was playing the harp and he was singing while he was walking through that valley. You're not going to tell me that he wasn't. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Cool.
Whew, okay.
Mm. Just like that. See, I told you.
Listen, we overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. We have to speak. Listen, all of creation hears God. We are the only thing that God has created that does not obey him. Do y'all know that? We are the only thing that he has created that gives him lip service about what he tells us to do. He gave us all the tools, y'all, all the tools to overcome. You see what I'm saying? And this book, listen, is one of those tools. He put these words in our sister's mouth in on this paper to help us overcome. We have tools, we have resources, we have people, okay, to help us. But we have to speak those things. And that's why I like that the affirmations are in this book, because you have to actually speak the affirmation. It's a verbal thing. You have to say it out loud. You have to put it in the atmosphere.
Mhm.
It is the sound that changes. Listen, it's the vibration of your voice and your words that come. Listen, when God said, let there be light, it was a vibration that went across the universe. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
All
yes.
right. I'm out.
Yeah, and you know what? And y'all, April, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Listen. Okay. Whew, I gotta calm down. Okay, I got two more questions for you, and
Okay.
then we're gonna open it up for questions. All
Okay.
right. So, could you share? No, that's not what I want to ask you. I want to ask, um, how does cultivating self love impact one's relationship with others?
Okay. Well, that's a great question too. And I want to say this, whether you're married, in a long-term relationship, or you're single, there's a place for you in this book, right? Because sometimes people think that the only people that's lacking self-love is the people that's single, but no. Um, and it's a healthy conversation to have with your significant other too. But how it impacts relationships is you're prioritizing differently.
Mhm.
Um, and I have to be honest, it can change some relationships because some people won't understand what you're going through. It's a process. I mean, just like a caterpillar in a cocoon, they're in there by themselves. But we're still in a world where we coexist with others, right? So I may act a little different. I may be a little bit more standoffish. It's not about you, it's about something that I'm doing within myself. However, I don't have the ability to control how someone perceives my presence. I can be kind to them, I can be considerate to them. But if I'm really being true to learning how to love myself and cultivate a relationship with myself, there may be some things that I have to do, um, where I have to set myself apart. You may, in a great way, lose some relationships, um, because they don't serve the purpose in your life, that's healthy. Um, and you got to understand something too. everything, like even the ecosystem, everything tries to maintain balance. So when you start to prioritize yourself in your home, where you're loving yourself just as much as you're loving other people, they're not used to that. And that's not what they want you for, whether it's your children, your spouse, your parents, your siblings, your friends, your co-workers, your boss, whoever. And so they're going to fight. They're going to fight to maintain what was the status quo. You have to understand that you are valuable, you are important, and you are worth being able to love yourself the way that you deserve to love yourself. So, with that, people won't understand it and they're going to fight. So, be prepared that some people are going to fight you, and it may be lonely, it may get hard, it may be uncomfortable, but it's worth it. In the time that I've gone through what I have, when I tell you my friends don't play about me, they don't play about me. They don't understand everything. One of my girlfriends, we had to have come to Jesus, calls. I affirm that I love her, but she respects a healthy boundary that I'm setting, and I had to actually set them, not just with my girlfriends, but everybody. I had to tell them I got to step away for a little bit. I got to take care of me. I announced it, but I had to do that. And so it does impact relationships, but I think it impacts relationships in a healthy way, because the people that really love you, they're going to rock with you when they don't understand you, when they do understand you, when what you're doing makes sense. And they may side eye you when you're doing something that don't make sense, but because they love you, they'll still be there. So you got to trust that part, but still love yourself enough, learning to love yourself enough to still do it anyway. Um, yeah, you got to do that part. And the other thing, as it relates to impact on relationships, the relationship that is going to impact the most is the relationship you have with yourself. I had to be honest. There is absolutely no way that I can ask anybody to love me in a way that I won't even love myself. So, by you investing in the relationship with yourself and learning how to love yourself the way you deserve to love yourself, you will be training, teaching the people who love you and the people that you're connected to how to love you as well. And so then that's the cherry on top. So not only do you have a great relationship with yourself, but you have a great relationship, healthy relationship with the people around you. And that's what this book does too.
Man, I love that. Like I'm sitting here just thinking about, relationships and how um when you do not love you the way that you should, you accept anything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When you don't love yourself the way that you should, um sometimes you think that you're entitled to certain things that maybe you're not, in certain relationships. And so it could go, either way with that. But man, it's important, y'all, that we learn to love ourselves. Women, men, if you like today, okay, so today is love day, right? I don't necessarily celebrate this day, but there are a lot of people that do, right? And there are some women out there today that are taking themselves out. They don't have a guy to take, a man to take them out. And they're taking themselves, they're getting dressed up, they're getting, putting on their after five, dress and makeup and get doing the hair and all the things, right? And they are going to a fine dining restaurant by themselves. To me, that is self-love, because not a lot of people have the courage to step out there and do something like that, right? And then I've had girlfriends in the past too that where they would buy themselves flowers every now and again. Don't have to be a special day. They would order themselves flowers, send them to work or whatever, write themselves a love note to themselves. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm with it. You know, it's a little strange, right? But listen, no shade and no judgment, right? Because to me, that's a display of someone who is confident in themselves and who is, when they do get into a relationship, they won't be asking this other person to do something that they themselves have not done for themselves already, if that makes sense. Because I noticed in relationships, we are always asking the other person to do stuff that we ourselves won't do.
Yes. And that is so true. That is so true. And what you said could not have been said any better. And in the book, it talks about gifting yourself. But you know what I learned? I have gifted myself. There's a place here called King Spa. I love King Spa. I can go to King Spa and I'm there for like 8 hours. But next week, I'm still living with me, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm,
what I learned is gifting is, like you said, it's a display and it is a component of.
mhm.
The thing I love about this book is in addition to that, there's so many other things that we can do that helps us cultivate the relationship because it's still a relationship. I can buy myself flowers. I can go to the beach, y'all. I can pay the people to go downstairs and write "I love you, Crystal," and put some roses out there so I can go stand on the balcony and look and take pictures and post it like somebody did it for me. I
Go
can
on
do
and do it.
all
I ain't gonna tell.
I can do all of that. Yet I still might not um value myself. I
Mhm.
still may not esteem myself in the way that I allow other people to kind of just basically move me around like a puppet. So gifting is extremely important. And I think that it is important for us to gift ourselves and give ourselves grace to allow people to gift us too, because that's something that you can struggle with as well, right? So
Yeah.
gifting is important. And I just encourage you to still realize that the thing that anchors you, like even with Christ, he's inside us, right? So are a lot of the principles that we need to really be able to cultivate the relationship. Because even if I don't have no money to take myself out, because of the way that I see myself, because of the relationship I have with myself, I'm still loving myself, right?
Mhm.
So, yes, everybody, gift yourself. Don't stop gifting yourself and be open to other people gifting you and still realize that the greatest gift that you can give yourself is doing the internal work, the things that nobody else can see but you.
Mhm.
Do that internal work, cultivate that relationship, and let that come out your pores so that anybody that comes in contact with you, they know how to love you. And it's an infinite cycle. You
Yeah.
loving you and people around you loving and or respecting you, because I don't want my boss to love me like that. But yeah, but it's that infinite cycle of me loving me and people loving and respecting me too. So I just wanted to add that part in.
No, I love that. I thought you was gonna go a different way. I thought you was gonna go the way where, some people do it because they're extremely insecure. That's where I thought you was gonna go, because there are people, right, that you can mistake it for being confidence and all the things, but really they're just insecure on the inside, right? And they
Mhm.
want people to feel like, or they want people to see that they're loved. You know what I mean? They this outward showing, right? Just kind of like Facebook. You have the Facebook couples, right? They're perfect. Nothing goes wrong. They're taking these perfect pictures. They have this perfect life, not realizing these are just their highlights, y'all. We only see people's highlights on social media. We don't see what happens after they've posted that picture and then they go cry in a corner somewhere because they feel like they only got 5 likes.
Well, hold on. Now, hold on. I will say this: the people who do show that, We don't, I mean, yeah, no, it's not pretty. For the people who are bold enough to show it, it's not pretty.
No, not at
But
all.
you're right. But you know what? With that though, April, that's another beauty of the book is it meets you where you are. So if
Listen.
I'm a person that values gifts in that way, and that's an insecurity that I have, when I read that, it's gonna speak to me different,
Mm,
right? So that's another beauty of this book and how it meets you where you are is based on how you see it, where how you're functioning, how you define what that is, and your level of awareness. This book
okay.
meets you where you are.
Wow. Okay. Man. So, yeah, I love that. Now, I do have another question for you. Just one more. And then we're going to open. Well, actually, you know what? I want to open it up for questions
Okay.
because there was a couple comments in here that I saw. Somebody mentioned Galentine's. So, if you don't know what Galentine's is, that's a bunch of girlfriends that get together and they're a bunch of friends, right? Friend girls that go out and they do the whole thing. It's like I guess like a girls' night out, really, is what it is, or a girls' night in.
Mhm.
And so they do the same thing. They just do it in a group instead of just by themselves. I'm not, really into all of that, but the people that are, you know, I think that's cool. Let's see here. I'm looking through the comments, but if you guys have questions, please, 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 go ahead and start typing in your questions in the chat so that we can get some questions. Any questions about the book? You know, anything, just anything you want to ask. Now, Crystal reserves the right to answer or not answer the question, but you can put it out here. Okay, we do have a question. What is a self love affirmation you say or thing that you do to ensure the love for yourself is carried with you throughout the day? So let me read that again. What is a self love affirmation you say or thing that you do to ensure the love for yourself is carried with you throughout the day?
Okay. So thank you for your question. And one of the things that I tell myself every day is I am worthy. And then another thing that I do is, and I'm gonna just show it to you if you just hold on for 1 second. Um, I have these stickies, and I have it's these two stickies, and one of them says I am, and the other one reminds me to stay present. In me going on this journey, it's important for me to stay present because if I try to put too much on my plate at one time, that gets overwhelming. And remember, I'm not about balance anymore, it's my rhythm. So I'm staying present in the day. And I always remind myself, and not only do I have it at my workstation, I have it in every mirror that I would stand in front of to wash my hands, my face, brush my teeth when I stand up so that it's eye level. There's no way that I can stand up in my mirror and not see this. So I do that. And then the I am is infinite. I am, I am whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And the reason I keep this up is because I always want to remind myself I don't only have to be worthy, I am enough. I am love. I am an author. I I am so, there's so many things that I am infinite, and I choose to not confine myself to any one affirmation. So I encourage this. I am is powerful, and sometimes even with tears in my eyes because it's eye level, I still say it until my heart and my mind believes it. And I encourage everybody, whatever your affirmation is, you don't have to limit yourself to one. You can be whatever you're feeling in that moment. And even if with tears in your eyes, you got to keep saying it until your mind and heart believe it. Keep doing it. You deserve it and you're worth it. Okay.
That was good. Listen, that was good. What other questions do y'all have for Crystal tonight before we exactly, Lueva, my God, right, just seriously, how, like, this was just phenomenal, Crystal, and I just can't wait to see, what else the book is going to do and how it's going to do. I Are you gonna do a live with the book? Like, are you gonna do a live? You gonna do listen, y'all, what I got going on is not for the faint. It's not for the weak, okay? We up at 5 a.m. So
We got another question.
we have another question. Why is the ability to forgive such a powerful statement? Ooh, that's good.
Hmm. Okay. Well, my first question, which I'm not, it's not a question to you, but because the biggest part is forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to be in that situation. Forgiving yourself for not seeing things that you should have saw. Forgiving yourself for whatever it is, because the outcome, when you find yourself needing to forgive somebody, a lot of times it's painful. And depending on who it is, because like the lady I saw at the grocery store, she could do something to me, but it ain't gonna hurt me too bad. Usually the people that I need to forgive, it's somebody I trusted, it's somebody that I let in, right? And so with that, I think the biggest thing, yeah, is forgiving yourself. And that's the thing, we keep beating ourselves up. We beat ourselves. And yeah, so I think that it's a powerful statement because what it comes with, the work that it entails. Because see, thank you for that question. We're told, you forgive and forget, forgive like God forgives us, right? And that's okay, that's true. Yet I'm still human, right? I still got feelings, I still got thoughts that run through my mind, I still got memories. Like all this stuff is still happening. So I think that the ability to forgive is such a powerful statement because it starts with us. It starts here, in here. It starts with us because if I can't forgive myself, can I really forgive you? Can I really forgive you if I can't even forgive myself? And then, like you said, April, like with those excuses, okay, so I'm gonna just blindly forgive you, right? I'm just gonna blindly forgive you. I ain't putting no work in. I'm not learning anything from it about myself, the word, none of that. No, I think it's such a powerful statement because it really starts within, and most people don't want to do that. That's hard.
Yes. That is difficult. Because, man, as you were talking, I was thinking, how sometimes you think you forgive somebody, and then when you see them or they pop up on your feed because, for whatever reason, Facebook does a thing, right? This crazy algorithm, right? You don't see them for a year, and then all of a sudden they pop up and you're like, wait a minute, where did that even come from, right? And but then all the feelings from back then, start to come up and well up, and then you find out, oh, I really did not forgive that person. I have all this anger, all this bitterness, right? And I want to fight them. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something to them. But vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I got to put that out there because I'm not advocating for violence. But
But you know what, April? I'm gonna tell you, but it's kind of like accountability too. I forgot that word.
yes.
There's a lot of accountability. Even though you didn't do it, you could have really been offended, right?
Mhm.
And you really can just look at the offense, but there is a huge level of accountability. And I'm gonna tell you, that's a hard pill to swallow. But it's almost like when you get stung by a bee, and they have some kind of medicine sometimes where when you put it on that mark, it
Mhm.
takes the sting away. When you really do the work, when you really do the work, take the time to do the work
Yep.
internally.
Yep.
It takes the sting away, and then it's easier to forgive somebody else because it don't hurt anymore. I mean, truth be told, you can't hurt me no more than what you already did.
Come
It's
on.
done. But I just got to do it in me. So then when I see you, I don't feel that kind of way anymore because I did the work within myself.
That's it. That is it. Man, I love that. I love that. Well, listen, we're going to wrap this up. I got one more question for Crystal, and that is, are you planning any future projects or books that to build upon this theme of unveiling you?
Yes, I am. And I'm just, I am. And I'm just praying and I'm seeking God because I want to write it in a way where it's true and it's authentic. Um, but it comes from a place where even through the struggles and the pain, that the movement of God and the empowerment overshadows how I got to where I am. Although there's triumph in that pain, um, I'm just I'm just seeking God and His guidance and direction on when and how. Yeah, because all I want to do is help. I want to love. I want to share, and that's it.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, any lasting thoughts or words for the people?
Yes, and I don't know if everybody up here is up here, but um, with everything in me, the last couple of years has been a journey. And I'm super grateful for my children. I got my girlfriends and I got my sister that I can't call my sister because she's my friend. And I got my friends that it's hard for me to call them friends because they're my sisters. But I'm extremely grateful for their husbands. My I'm extremely grateful for them too. But y'all, I just want to, and my children, oh my gosh. Um, I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that I have y'all. I thank y'all for all the love, unconditional love that y'all have poured on me. Um, God's plan is perfect, and the way that y'all have rolled with me and continue to ride with me um, is beyond. I don't know. I never could say thank you enough, but I just want y'all to know that I love y'all so much. I'm extremely grateful. I'm so thankful. And I'm glad that y'all always reminded me in the ways that y'all could who I was, who y'all remembered, what y'all thought I was, all of my strengths, my attributes. I just thank y'all and I just love y'all. And I'm just so honored. And again, April, I literally was gonna silent launch this project. I wasn't gonna say anything to anybody. I was just gonna have the book published and let the chips fall where they may. And I'm so, ever since you've been in my life, like I tell some of the people when I say y'all, April, this is who I'm talking about. Thank you for praying for me. And y'all, you can't hide nothing from April. But I just thank you for praying for me, praying with me. I thank you for our lunches. I thank you for your strength. I thank you for your presence. I thank you for even saying, no, let's do a virtual book launch. I thank you for sharing your platform with me. Um, and I'm just so grateful that God, being the God that He is and the best lover,
Yes.
he anticipated a need that I had before I knew I had it, and He allowed us to know each other. And I'm just extremely grateful that I know you. I'm so thankful for this fearless conversation about self love.
Yes.
And for everybody who tuned in, thank you for sharing your Valentine's Day with me. Anybody that listens to it on the replay, I pray that you're blessed by hearing the things that April and I discussed. And if you do invest in yourself and purchase this book, I pray that whatever your need is to help you along your self love journey, I pray that is met. And I don't take it lightly. I thank you all for your support, your time. And y'all, I deserve this. I'm worth it. I am loved. I am loved. And that's all I got to say.
That's what I'm talking about. And I appreciate you too, Crystal. Listen, we ain't gonna be on here water working it, okay? Crying and carrying it out. No, but I just enjoyed this. I'm so glad that you said yes. Because if you didn't say yes, I was just gonna just hound you until you did. But listen, this silent launch. Yeah, but you know what? I think you have gained a couple more, not just customers, I'm going to say partners tonight, because you did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have gotten to know Crystal Wilder and the wisdom. Hello, the wisdom that I'm used to, that I already know is there. The like I said earlier, I was tongue tied because I was just like, man, I need a something with some sound to do the drop the bombs and stuff. Because seriously, when this woman speaks, nuggets after nuggets after nuggets, and so I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so happy that I think I the first person, was I the first person to get my book? Listen.
Actually, I'm gonna no, you weren't. But hold on, wait. But I'm gonna tell you something. One of the secret pleasures that I have in being able to meet and see you, my aunt Lisa. I got an aunt named Lisa, and your presence, you remind me of my aunt Lisa. You are home. Like, I told my mom this about you. So when we talk, when I see you, your style, you're like, my aunt Lisa is bad. And when I'm around you, I feel like I'm at home. So, but my aunt Lisa was the first person. But hold on, wait. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Patrea, I did see you somewhere in the comments. If you still here, I hope you are, girl. I'm so happy. I was so happy to see you in here, and I wanted to love on you for a second, tell you that I love you. I'm so proud of you. I love the things that you do and how big your heart is. And I just wanted to say that one to you. And then, Spencer, I know today was a rough day for you. If you are up here, I know you said you were coming. I don't take it lightly that you chose to spend your evening watching this live with us. But I just want you to know that you are loved, and I love you too. And I thank you all. I just wanted to say that.
You listen, I'm trying to work this stuff, y'all, over here. But but I wanted you to have your moment. You know what I'm saying? No, but I love that. Thank every person that came on, whether you knew me and came on because you see that I'm live, or you came on for Crystal, or you came on for both of us. We are extremely grateful, like extremely grateful. We are gonna wrap this up tonight, but listen, y'all can listen to the replay. Y'all can share it as many times as you want to, because it's gonna stay up on the page. And I'm so excited. You have to keep me up to date as to what's going on with your book and all the things and all the events, because I'm pretty sure y'all we're gonna be having events. We probably gonna pair some. Listen, oh, I got it. Fearlessly unveiling you. Come on,
Okay, let's do it.
fearless.
All right.
So anyway, she'll catch y'all up on that later if y'all not aware, but this is her time to shine. And so I appreciate you, Crystal, for coming on. And listen, we are going to count out. So we're going to end the live, y'all. Have a great rest of y'all night. Hopefully we'll see you again. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to Fearless Conversations, Self-Love with Crystal Wilder. And we are heading out.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.